What's up? Believe it or not, it's me, Jeff, from This Week with JTT. For the first in a while, I'm live. Unfortunately, my laptop's still down. I think I'm at something. It could track like a some type of corrupted file from somewhere on the Ethernet. While I was like downloading content and all that, and then all of a sudden it revert literally back to BIOS form, which means that you're not getting no nothing. The thing is like it's beyond factory reset. So now I have to take it back and get it checked out. But until then, let's have to let's make do what I can. So believe it or not, I'm traveling. I'm got a little tired, got a little hungry. So guess what? I'm gonna try this here. This is called Bucked Up Energy Candy Flavor. So my question is, how many not calories? How much caffeine this bad boy has? I think I've seen before. Caffeine, 300 milligrams. Yes. Is it the same category in terms of the amount of caffeine in there as Rain? They have 300. Bang has 300. There was another one that has 300. And I thought the ones that have the heaviest would be like Red Bull. No, it does not. I'm sorry. Red Bull, like, it has some energy. It gives you some wings, but more like a little butterfly wings. Guys like Bang, Rain, and this one here probably had more. So let me try this here. And this is cherry candy. Zero sugar. Give it a shot. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, for a daylight, time to get rolling. So I'll start off. I'll start off, folks. Let me start off. I don't know what choked to death first. That's annoying. As I drive out of here. For starters, how's everybody doing? This is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. How many of you guys are looking forward to it? Woo! Oh my. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I gotta make a turn and go back on the expressway. I had to make a stop off for Port Matilda. You know, I was getting tired, sleepy. Need this. This is not bad, by the way. This bucked up is not too bad. I think I'll go live for a little bit, see how you people are doing. Whew. Oh my. So I'm gonna try to go the way of Blue State College and take 422 West. So my question to you guys is like, in terms of Thanksgiving, what are you most thankful for? For one, I don't have to where the camera's looking. Whoops. Don't want to go off the road either. That'd be bad. That'd be beyond bad. How's everybody doing? Do you have people who are cooking right now? That's another fun question. Let's see. No, yep. Gotta make this turn here. Head east. So what are you grateful for? Well, this is what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful I'm alive. I'm grateful for the Heavenly Father and the Lord Savior Jesus Christ allows me to be alive, breathing, walking on earth, having the ability to go see my friends and family back in New York. There are some people who struggles just to be alive. So I can be grateful for that. Merged in Hong Kong into traffic at 70 miles per hour. This will be fun. Windshield wipers on so I can see better. Yeah, as long as I can. Right now, it's spritzing right now. And as long as I keep on spritzing, I'll take my time. I'm not going to go too fast. Speed limit is 70, but I try to give these cars and vehicles as much distance as I can, so that way I won't be becoming roadkill. than that, though. Oh, I got 6 people. Okay, who am I talking to? Okay, I can't, like, touch anything right now because my hands are kind of full. Hold on a second. Drink down. Perfect. Okay. Stay cautious. 13 miles. Ah, good morning. This is... I got some people trying to talk to me. Hello, how you doing? I tried to read the person's name, but right now I'm driving. I don't want to take a chance wrecking. Well, I see you. Good. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going back to New York, believe it or not. I'm going... Alf? Is it Alf? Is it Alf? How you doing? Okay, I can't... It's Steph. Steven! Okay, how you doing? How you doing? Alf, Steven, please meet you. How you doing? So I'm going to start the conversation here. Let's see. But right now it's drizzling right now. I gotta be careful how I drive. I don't want to get into an accident. So what I want to talk about right now? Well, the usual. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm going to be home Thanksgiving to have dinner with my family. It's going to be interesting, though. In fact, if things go the way I hope, you might see some very interesting clips, though, if things go the way I hope. So it's going to be pretty fun and very funny. So, like I said, if I gotta be honest, though, I gotta say this. In terms of relationships, guys, be very careful who you get involved with. Seriously, be very careful who you get involved with in relationships. Get to know the person first. The one thing you should not do is, if you see a woman who's really drop-dead gorgeous, do not just go for that. I don't care how hot she looks. I mean, face, body, how she sounds, doesn't matter. But sometimes the first few words out of her mouth will betray her, meaning that the first few things she would say we were going to shock or disgust you. And like, it's not necessarily like she would talk dirty or anything like that. She would act like, for example, that any man that could buy me expensive jewelry, take me to expensive dinners and all that, he's my man. Wrong. She doesn't value you. She values what's in your bank account. She values what's in your portfolio. She values what's in your 401k of investment. She doesn't value what's in your heart, what's in your soul and spirit. No, she does not. And most importantly, she don't seem like the type of person who would help build with you. I mean, don't be wrong. Like, I have no problem if any guy try to go with a good-looking woman, but don't you think you deserve peace? I mean, like say you come home from work, you had a long, grueling day, and it's not like your woman's like slaving and killing herself. No, she's doing something simple like, how you doing, honey? You want something to drink, want something to eat? Say, no, I want to rest for a little bit. Then we can talk. Which is nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing you gotta laugh at, though. Like, at some point later on, if not today, maybe about a few days, I'm gonna upload a video. There's a woman, and I think this woman swears she's flexing. She talks about how her man came home from work working 14 hours. Key words, 14 hours from work. And from what I see, if this is the same woman who I think it is, her husband, or her man at least, I imagine it's her husband. Her husband is a blue-collar worker. Me is at manual labor. Period. So, and trust me, I'm a blue-collar worker myself. I work nights. I work a blue-collar job. I work in an industrial complex. And currently I work like 12 hours a day. 12 hours a night, 4 nights a week, and it's tough. It could be, like I said, I get it done, but working 4 12s at night is not easy. Not by a stretch. Point being is like, The one thing the woman starts off saying, like, well, I don't want to hear what this is what she says exactly. And I'm still going, she can't believe she said it. She said, like, the one thing she don't want to hear from a man, if he comes up from work, after working 14 hours, he said, like, the one thing she don't want to hear, like, babe, I need to rest for a little bit before I do anything else. I need to lie down for a little bit. I need to rest a little bit. She said she don't want to hear it. Hey, Steven, what's up? They don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it at all. She's like, look, you're not going to rest. That's what she says. Like, this man who's worked 14 says, look, you're not going to rest. You got to take out the garbage. You got to cook dinner, clean the dishes, and serve me. Excuse me? Which begs the question, what has she been doing? What has she done? And keep in mind, it's not like he's coming from an office job. Even if he comes from an office job working, like, say, 12 hours, it's not easy, it's not fun. But doing manual labor for about 14 hours, have to travel, no. Yeah, she gave this order, like, you know, and she said, serve him? No, she told him to serve her? No. This woman is trying to flex, thinking like, you know, she could push her man around. And that's not cool. Because this is what I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing this woman giving her man peace. Excuse what I do? Yeah, I work in an industrial complex. I'm a skilled laborer, basically. This woman is not giving her man peace. This woman is not giving her man respect. None whatsoever. No appreciation or gratitude. She giving nothing but tons and tons of attitude. That's not gonna make a man want to do more. That's gonna make a man want to say, I found papers. And when that day comes, she be going like, that came out of nowhere. No. Stevie Wonder saw that from a mile away. Stevie Wonder. My question to that man, like, you know, what do you see in her? Well, it could be a situation where, like, she was nice and sweet in the beginning, and the moment that, you know, you said I do, it became cool. You say you do, more like you're better. No. You see, when man and woman come together, they both just become one flesh. It's not supposed to be like this transactional, no. It's supposed to be a partnership where they build each other up. They go from individuals to one unit, king and queen. They build a kingdom, you know, for their legacy. With love and respect. And the more I watch videos, women make it sound like they're like the princess, they're supposed to get the princess treatment. And you know where that came from. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, that. And then the guys clap back when it said, drizzle, drizzle. And women's going like, have you lost your mind? No. Not by a long shot. And women get mad and say, oh, well, you guys getting zesty. And no, men not getting zesty. It's just flipping the script back at you, and they can't stand it. And it's funny. But here's the twist, though. These are the same women, many years later, will whine and cry, making tons of videos like, why can't I find a good man? You had a good man. I've seen videos. I've seen so many videos of women saying it's okay to divorce the good guy. Can I ask you a question? What do you see more of? Women divorcing the good guy, or divorcing the toxic ex? Now, you divorce that toxic ex by all means, yes. And I believe, like, in terms of divorcing a man, there should be 4 A's involved when divorcing a man. Number 1, if the guy is physically abusive, by all means, please divorce him. Divorce him, arrest him, have him sent to prison. No question about it. That's 1. If he's like verbally abusive, disrespecting you, treating you like garbage and all that stuff, you can seek marriage counseling, but you don't have to stay with him. No, you don't. You don't. You feel like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe emotionally. I'm done. And you can't blame me. But that's 1. 2, if he has an addiction, he don't want to deal with. He has addiction, like he's a drug addict, alcoholic, or the guy's an nymphomaniac, or just can't keep in his pants, then yeah. Once again, like you can help, you could be with a guy who goes to therapy and all that, but once again, it's up to you. It's optional, even if he goes to therapy, because if something like that could really like wreck, could cause havoc for the relationship, any addiction of any sort. 3, adultery. Oh yeah. No question about it. Adultery is like a big one right there. You know, so if this man can't keep in his pants, he deserves to lose everything. The wife, the house, the kids, the dog, everything. It's an automatic lose for the man if he cheats. Period. I'm sorry. I have zero tolerance for cheaters. I have zero tolerance. I just do. Now, I can hear some excuses. Guys say, well, she won't be intimate with me. And I get that part. So guess what, fellas? If you're in this marriage where it's loveless and sexless, and the wife don't want to be intimate with you, simple solution. Number one, if it's like, let's say if you went to a dry spell for about a month and find out what's going on. Like, this is where you got to pay close attention, guys. I say majority of men are a lot smarter than women give them credit for. These men would say, like for example, if intimacy was at least like about 3 times a week or more, and it dropped from maybe like about 1 time a week, or just went pure dry. He went from 3 times a week, all of a sudden, boom, nothing. Then go out, backtrack, say, okay, what happened? So, okay, she didn't get the promotion, or she been definitely ill, her relative, a close friend. Okay, 1 month, I see. 2 months, you better keep a closer eye on it. 3 months, be going like, ask her like, what's going on, what's good? I saw a video of a lady the other night of the world's oldest profession. Guys, if you know what I mean, if you know, you know. This woman had been servicing married men. Now I'm like, you kidding me? But here's the reason why she went with married men, why it happens. And the reason would surprise you. The reason why this woman is doing good because these married men, their wives will not have sex with them. Yes. It's going for a few months to a few years. They'd be like, a situation where his wife will not have sex with him for 3 months. There's no about a wife will have sex with him in about a year. 1 for 10 years. A year is it's beyond a massive red flag. I've been asking, who are you with? If you're married, if you're a married wife, if you don't want to have sex with your husband, I would ask, who are you with? If you're not giving it to your husband, who are you giving it to then? I'm sorry. If you're not giving it to your husband, who are you giving it to? And don't give me like, well, it's more complicated. No. Number one, if there's a reason, this is where open communication comes from. This is where you tell your husband, like, what, this is what's going on. Fine. This is where couples therapy comes in. This is where we find out what happened. Because, like, it's kind of weird, though, like, it was great in the beginning and all that. It's not like the man wants it, like, say, 24/7. The husband's realistic. He said that's not going to happen 24/7 because there have been times he don't want to do it 24/7. He wants to catch a break and all that. But here's the funny thing. If he pulls that, you gonna tell me the wife's gonna stay faithful? Not always. In fact, if the husband try to pull some excuse like, well, I'm not in the mood, guess what? She's gonna find it elsewhere. But here's the problem though. And when the husband busts her, said, why you didn't give me any, I'm gonna give her someplace else. And she make every excuse on the son, and there's some cases to get away with it. But and the man comes with the same excuse, he gets busted and says, look, my wife will give it. He's gonna lose. I'm sorry. I mean, like, the courts are stacked against the husband. But the smartest thing you can do, fellas, is find out what's going on. And tell you what, just like, and try to be gentle about it. It's like, look, let's see couples counseling, see what happens. She fights you on it, something's not right. And the problem doesn't, and the situation doesn't improve, you gotta tell her, look, something gotta change here, or I'm going to quits. You may think it's creepy me doing it, but you gotta understand, ladies, men are touch deprived compared to you. If this is a situation like if our attention and validation is like food, You women be like more overstuffed than Jabba the Hutt, and the men look like skeletons because they hardly get any. I give you an example. Like say you got a woman who's like really mid, like a 5, and a random dude looks like, and like I said, there are women who are 5s who are very pretty. Say, hi, good morning, you look very pretty. This woman will look like all smiles and like, thank you, and like she'd be glowing, she'd be happy about it, which is cool. Yeah, if you other guy says, yeah, no, then her ego get jacked up really high. And like I said, I have zero problem with that. I do. But, like say, you got a guy who is mid, a 5. Like me, I'm a 5. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a 5. And like say, if a drop-dead gorgeous woman, like my future wife, say like, you're guapo. I'm going like, you talking to me? Well, I'll go one step back. Like say, if a woman who's like drop-dead gorgeous, she's like 8 or 9, looks at me and say, oh, you're pretty handsome, how you doing? And the first thing I do, I'll look around and say, who's she talking to? I would not believe she's talking to me. I would not believe she'd be talking to me. I had one experience before, many years ago. I was, in between relationships and all that at the store. And I was up to this one woman. I'm sorry. And she said, yeah, so no problem. I just got a little distracted looking at handsome men. And I'm going like, I looked around saying, she talking about me, blew me away. And always though, if a woman gets complimented by a man, she glows, she feels like all happy. She would forget about him eventually, but she would glow for a while. But you tell a guy that, especially an average dude, he's gonna remember it for many, many, many years. That situation happened with me more than 10 years ago. I still remember like it was yesterday. That's wild to me. Because men don't get complimented like that. Another thing men don't get, and you're gonna think I'm tripping, they don't get flowers. You know what the only time they get flowers? I think the one time they do definitely get flowers is at their funeral. Seriously. They get flowers at their funeral. That's the only time men actually get flowers. It's sad, but it's also very true. That's the only time you see men get flowers. That's why I see a video of a man getting flowers from his woman. He's confused. He's like, what's this? And he's blown away. And he's confused, but at the same time, he's all smiles. He's not gonna be one of those guys saying, get off. You will not see a guy get all mad if his woman getting flowers and all that, especially if it's very pure, good intention. Simple as that. But in terms of right now, as a 2025 going to 2026, can I tell you guys something? If you think about dating, you better think very carefully. If this is a situation you want to try to have your fun, be very, very careful, or you pay a price. Let me see what this person says here. I always, see. Okay, my ex-husband was a cheater. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I always knew he was messing around. Example that he was, okay, that he act and tell me, okay, if number one, I'm sorry if you got cheated upon. Okay, to the one who that's texted say she got cheated upon, I'm sorry to hear, my condolences, that sucks. I can safely tell you that I was in a marriage, I was cheated upon too. I will say this, I got cheated upon and it sucks. It really does suck. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm like I said, anybody who's a victim of infidelity, my heart goes out to you. I know how bad it is. And there's children involved. Oh my goodness. If I can make any recommendation to anybody who's been cheated upon, especially children involved, seek therapy right away. You know, that's one. Separate yourself from everybody. Clear your mind. Seriously, you gotta clear your mind, separate and seek therapy. I'm dead serious because it will wreck you. It will really mess you up. Like I said, it happened to me, and I hurt for a very, very, very long time. It took me like a while to where, like, you know, the only mistakes I made along the way after my divorce, after I found out I got cheated upon, two of the biggest mistakes I made after I found out I got cheated upon, like, hold on a sec here. Yeah, it took 15 years, have a son, and he had oh wow, he had a baby. Oh, wow, that's messed up. Okay, the person said that this her ex-husband had a son, but he had another child with another woman outside the match. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I'm so sorry. I hope that you got some seek a therapist help you deal with that, because that type of betrayal just downright brutal. I'm sorry to hear. No one deserves that. Even no husband, no wife deserves that. My point being, what my mistake was, like, instead of trying to, the mistake I made in dealing with my betrayal, my marriage, one mistake I made, well, the two mistakes I made. Number one, I called myself to like, I can do better. I can start dating again immediately. That was dumb. Two, I was trying to go to school at the same time, trying to go to college. That was dumb too. I tell you why. Because I could not focus. Because I didn't give myself time to mourn the loss of the marriage. I did not give myself time to mourn the loss of the relationship. I did not give myself time to heal properly. I tried to jump back in the saddle ASAP. Plain and simple. And you don't do that. This is what I should have done in hindsight. Yes, it's like I said, I should have, like, dove into work, stay focused. Dove into work, stay focused, and all that stuff. And three, see a therapist, and talk through my problems. Because I'm not gonna lie, I really, 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 really hated myself. I lost a lot of weight. I didn't eat as much. In fact, I remember at one job I was at, I didn't eat too much. If anything, I was to a point where I almost passed out because I didn't eat at all. I lost so much weight, it was terrifying. Like, I don't mind losing weight. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind losing weight and all that stuff, but if you lose weight through stressful means, it's not good for you. It's not. It's not at all. So, like I said, see a therapist. And believe it or not, exercise is a great stress relief. I'm dead serious. Exercise is a great stress relief. And the best exercise you can give yourself in situations of high stress, walking. Yes, walking. How you doing? I think it's ALJ or ALP. How you doing? Hi. The best stress buster is walking. Yes, that's serious. Walking. Right now I'm looking at, I see two people who's watching. Two people get a thumbs up. Thank you. Back at you, folks. And there's something I can say to people sending money. Like, you don't have to send me money though, folks. You don't have to. Like I said, like, if you want to send me some money, like about $2 or $3, that's cool. But at the same time, I won't ask because times are tough. I get that and I appreciate that. Is AJP. Okay, AJP, shout out to APG. How you doing? AJP, okay. That's cool initials. But like I said, in terms of dealing with high stress, I recommend walking. The longer the distance, the better. I mean, like, I got to a point, I went for walking like at least about 2 miles a day. At one point, I walked 5 miles a day. I got really good, and I'm walking like about 10 miles. I think I walked 10 miles. This is why I was like hitting the weights. Oh yeah, if you can hit the weights, men and women, if you can hit the weights, go for it. You'll be sore, you'll be tired. Like, if you come home from work, he's like, okay, I'm gonna hit those weights. You're gonna be sore and tired, but you feel so much better about yourself. I'm so dead serious. You feel so much better about yourself than you walk. I actually did that. I walked 10 miles. At one point, I had to walk to the U-Haul, and that's about like 5 miles away. So I walked round trip, like from my place to U-Haul and back, and I was whooped. Well, probably was like screaming like, what were you thinking? But it felt good. It felt good. But like I said, that's what I should have done. Dove into work, exercise intently. I should seek a therapist right then and there. And don't get me wrong, I did see a therapist like a few years later. Glad I did. And believe it or not, the person who cheated on you, the person who had an affair on you, and it's going to be hard to do, but believe me, I think it should as well, because the irony, somebody told me this a long time ago, and I thought this person lost their mind. In fact, I was about to get angry with them, saying, what, you crazy? They told me flat out, you should forgive them and go on with your life. I repeat, they told me verbatim to forgive them and go on with your life. I thought they truly lost their minds. I thought, like, what, you trying to be funny? What, you kidding me? And I'm about to get ignorant about it, then I had to think about why. Now, mind you, I'm also a born-again Christian. As a born-again Christian, God commanded us to forgive others who did wrong in order to be forgiven by God, which makes sense, though. How are we going to call ourselves asking God for forgiveness while we have forgiven those who done us wrong? We did way worse by God than any human being done to us. Plain and simple. So that's one. Two, do not let that person who cheated on you live rent-free in your head. Don't. Believe me, don't. Do not let the person live rent-free in your head. Because, believe it or not, the person who, like, say, had an affair on you and cheated on you, they're not sweating you. The only time they would be sweating you, like, for example, you're, like, provide, like, say, a home, car, a lifestyle, they might try to find a way to get some things from you. But other than that, they found somebody else. Or they moved on. Yeah, they actually moved on. They're not thinking about you. They do their own thing now. They're not thinking about you whatsoever. So for you to carry that grudge, it's equivalent to you drinking toxic poison, but expecting the other person to die, if that makes sense. Whew. But like I said, anybody who's been cheated upon, maybe man or woman, my condolences, that sucks. It hurts. It makes you feel humiliated, deeply disrespected. So, yeah. And there's some people be totally jaded. And in some worst cases, you got people who got messed up so badly by being cheated in their affairs, they turn to the dark side, saying, you know what? I don't care anymore. If this is going to be, I'm going to do these people dirty. Yeah. Now, mind you, not every single male or not every single female is the spawn of Satan, as far as I'm aware of. But seriously, like I said, don't let what they did take away your happiness and your smile. Do not let them change that. Don't let that take that away from you. Now, chances are you're not going to be the same person you was before you got married. And trust me, I understand better than anything else. I'm totally different. I'm more like,